did raise the levels per the people's request.
That's right. Those of you who are like, we can't hear you. I'm sorry. I've got a deep voice. That's just how it goes. All right. This is it. I don't have that high octave. This is it. What would I be, like a baritone? That sounds about right.
For sure, baritone.
Definitely.
There's nowhere else that I see you ending up.
No. See, Mr. Garmin, I know things.
There you go.
We're in. It's been, we skipped a holiday. We had a holiday in between.
Yeah.
It was nice. You have a good one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually had smoked wild turkey.
Oh, wild turkey's so good.
Yeah.
Wild turkey trumps domestic bird any day of the week. Wild almost anything trumps domestic anything.
Yeah,
like,
Mackenzie's dad, I forget when he actually got it. He hunts.
Okay, yeah.
So it's been in the freezer for a little bit, cleaned it, did the whole thing himself.
Nice.
And smoked it on the Masterbuilt 1050.
I wonder where he got that from. Good on him. Hey, First off, I want a wing. Does he have anything left? Let me get some of those bones.
I don't know. I'll ask.
Yeah, please do so.
Oh, I was also harassed because last Thanksgiving, I don't know what we had done, but I had about a pound of brisket. And I was like, oh, I'll just take it over for them, people to try. So I was harassed, and people were like, hey, where's the brisket? I was like,
it's like, hey, Lee. And they give you a hug, and they look behind you.
That's exactly what it was.
Like, so,
there was harassment that I didn't have brisket. And I was like, maybe for Christmas. I'm sorry. I was unaware.
Did you leave a bag in the car? No, you. So this is everything? Yeah.
This is all you brought?
Huh. And then they just walk away, just disappointment. I remember last year, we did the Pitmaster Santa, then I had a ton of brisket orders, and I was doing more.
That's right.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, and just like every time I make briskets, like, I got some pounds for you.
Yeah. And this is all coming back.
Yeah, you guys were heading over to the dinner, and you're like, hey, you mind if I stop and get the brisket? Now I was like, yeah, of course.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because it was going to be your brisket, and before they hate, they should know it was your brisket, and you decided to share.
I did.
So
I did.
Just put that out there.
I feel like I am barbecue blessed. I will share when I can.
I think you and Corey are the only people on the planet who tire of my food, like who just skip it over. Like, let's make it awesome. Yeah, I'll get it next time. Like, what do you mean?
It'll happen again.
Yeah, it's cool. I've been there. It's like, otherwise, no, we got it. I do have to say I've got a nice 4-bone Wagyu roast for us for New Year's.
Not upset about that.
I'm not upset about it either. So I'm going to bring that up and some other stuff. So
what was the one that you used to do at a lot of the you did it a couple times for the pop-up at is that like wine place in Swanee?
I used to do the porchettas there.
Porchetta, that's what it was. How long has it been since you've done a porchetta?
Honestly, at least 3 years.
Dang.
Almost 3 years since I did a porchetta.
All right. I'll just let you marinate on how long that's been.
For those of you who are like, what's going on with the porchetta? That is the least favorite thing that I make, and I make it so sparingly. It's a process. I've made more gumbo for Pitmaster Santa than I have porchettas in the last couple of years. But I'm going to get on it. I want to. Hey, it's going to be in the cookbook, so you know.
We got to make it at least one more time.
You got to make it a couple more times. So that's that. But with that being said, welcome to This Week in Barbecue, the barbecue focused show that brings you both the good, the bad, and everything in the world of barbecue. I am your host, Rasheed Phillips, and joining me with a work hard. That is Mr.
Lee Garmin.
And that hat is in no affiliation to David Goggins, which would be hilarious if it was, but I feel like David Goggins has more appendages than the guy who designed that hat.
Yep. Yeah, this is just a Christmas tree farm up in Bryson, North Carolina. Give it a visit if you're there.
Yes, work hard but smart. Keep your appendages.
Keep the digits.
keeps them all in there. Kind of hard to do the brisket with these type of things going. There's no way. Take my strong hand. Oh man. So we've got a whole array of news today. All types of what have yous have been going on, and
can I just rewind us to you saying Pitmaster Santa and going ahead and start off with that?
I was going to bookend it, but let's
let's get it out. Let's give the people what they want.
What, the porchetta?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, sorry. So we are going to be able to do Pitmaster Santa.
Heck yeah.
went and talked to our buddy Brian Hall, who is now at Owens and Hall Barbecue, which was formerly Grand Champion Barbecue in Smyrna. And we put our heads together and we spoke with the great guys over at Reformation Brewery. They've got 3 great locations. We're using their Smyrna location. Smyrna.
Either is fine.
Pecan? We were just going down a rabbit hole. We're using their Smyrna location, and I'm really excited because I didn't think we'd be able to get it this year.
Yeah.
Just with our typical locations closing and with everything we've got going on. But I felt like I needed to do it this year. Like, I'm still unsettled with the passing of my grandfather, and I know this obviously won't bring him back, but I feel like it's just be a great tribute. Like, I feel like this year's will be like the most flavorful because I just have so much I want to pour into the dish this year. So we're going to be doing it December 10th, 1 p.m. at the Smyrna location, and we're going till the bowl runs dry or 4 p.m. So this is, God, what year is this? 5 or 6?
5.
5 sounds right.
5 feels right.
Yeah, we'll do 5.
Potentially 6. For sure 5.
5 and a quarter. and a couple of those years were COVID years too.
Yeah.
But we haven't missed it. And if you've attended any of them, you know, like if I say 1, be there like 12:30 because
there's a line usually.
There's a line.
But usually, I mean, every year but the first year. Yeah. And the first year it was basically still quick.
And I'm there to feed you. Bring your toys. Remember, you cannot, I can't stress this enough, you cannot buy it. Has to be 2 unwrapped toys. And we donate the toys to the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. A lot of people don't know. Whenever a child goes in for treatment, they leave with a toy. These toys are donated. I'm honored to say we've been supplying well over 80-90% of the toys over the last couple of years. And I'm looking to go even bigger every single year. We've got a bigger building this time, so I'm trying to fill this up, all the rooms, and multiple trips, get the U-Hauls sorted all out. But it's just a wonderful thing to help see the smiles on these kids' faces, and not only the kids, but the parents, too. I can't tell you how many parents have, like, written in letters or have just said thank you, because to have someone who doesn't know them or their child going through some of the likely just most traumatic time of their lives, care for them to invest their time and raise something for their kids, it's a good moment. So it gives you the feels, the deep feels, and I'm really excited to do it again this year. So stay tuned. I'm going to be plugging it nonstop. Not going to apologize in advance. It's a great cause. So if you can't attend, share, and we'll put the address up where you can ship if you want to ship. I've had some people, shout out to Big T, he was like, I just want to send you money to buy toys. It's like, we don't take any money anywhere until we get the 501c3 set up. So
yeah, it gets a little weird.
It does.
We can't accept money for that particular cause.
It really does.
Yeah.
So what I can also do is send you different Walmart locations if there's certain toys you want. If you don't want to, pay for shipping, I send you the Walmart locations and I'll go pick it up. That's been really big throughout the years as well, where I'll just go to the Walmart and pick up whatever people order. So if you're wanting to give, I promise you I will find a way to make sure it gets into the hands of those amazing kids.
Yep.
Boom.
There it is.
Yeah.
Making it happen.
Got to, one way or another.
Yeah.
It
was a little sketchy there for a second.
It was. One way or another, it was going to happen. If I honestly was like, okay, well, I guess we're going to have people at the office.
We'll throw a block party.
Yeah. I really was. It's like, okay, I was looking at how much would it be to rent 2 of the 10 by 20 tents.
Just set them out in the parking lot.
Yeah, set them out because we're empty here on the weekends. And just, all right, come on through, guys. Put some heaters out there. This is what it's going to be. It's going to happen nonetheless. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. Guess rolling into that spirit. It's the holiday season. Catering is open. Shout out to our brothers over at Fox Brothers. Their holiday catering orders are now available. Get in quick. They go fast.
Yeah.
And they're doing everything. Hams, brisket, whole birds. No wild game yet, but, who knows? We're hopeful. It was great getting to hang out with the guys. over at Holy Smokes a couple weeks back. They're crushing it. They did, what did they prepare? I think they prepared like 2,000 or 4,000 patties. I think it was 4,000 patties because they were doing double patty smash burgers.
4,000 patties?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. On one griddle.
How big was this griddle?
Not big. Not big.
Did they go through all 4,000?
Oh, yeah. Those things went.
Damn.
Went. Yeah. I don't think people.
4,000 patties.
I don't think people realize the amount of prep that goes into Holy Smoke on like the food side. You may devour it quickly, but these guys are out there hand rolled, hand forming little patties, just going and going. God, I can't remember his name right now, but he was leading the charge. We talked about him. I'm gonna figure it out, and if I don't, I'll post it in later on the channel. But they were going through those patties, man. So many cases.
That's wild.
Cases of beef. Just go, hand form. Shout out to them for the great cause. And they're still crushing it because I think they're doing their Taco del Sol or something del Sol right now with an additional Hogs for a Cause fundraiser. So barbecue gives back.
Yeah.
That's what we do. And that is a great segue into the next subject. Like I said, we covered the good, the bad, and everything in between. And holidays, they bring family fun, and sadly this holiday they brought a lot of flames. We've been doing the show almost 2 years, and I don't think I've ever seen this many restaurants burn down in such a short time. We have Slab's BBQ, not Bert's Slab, but Kevin Wilson over in Roseland, Louisiana. Place burnt down. And these are all within a 10-day period.
Dang.
Yeah. Helberg Barbecue in Woodway, Texas. They lost their pit room and sustained a fair amount of damage to the building as well. They have a GoFundMe. We'll link that in the show notes. It's on the site. Go check them out. People have been donating. Thank you for all that. And also, we talked about this cat almost every other episode. Matt Horn of Horn Barbecue.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because we talked about the vandalism.
Yeah.
And
Dang.
just a few days later, not even just a pit room, the whole building burnt down.
Oof.
Now,
Nothing saved.
Nothing.
Oh.
Nothing. Now, let me tell you about this man's character, because I saw it. I called Matt immediately, let him know, hey, whatever you need,
Yeah.
I'll hook up Pearl. We'll get down there. We got a fundraiser. Let's make it happen. The restaurant burnt down early Tuesday morning. He's sorting through the wreckage Tuesday. This man woke up Wednesday and still held his promise to give turkeys to the community. Gave out just shy of 200 turkeys the very next day.
Holy crap. How?
Let's eat. Find a way. It's so much easier to make an excuse, and that's what I tell people. You can always make an excuse.
Can we get him on to tell that story? Because
Yeah.
I want to know what magic happened in between a restaurant burning. Because that's less than 48 hours.
Yeah.
That's maybe like a 30-hour window or something like that.
Still gave away, I think, over 150 turkeys
Oh, my gosh.
to the community. The same community that he's been trying to uplift, despite his restaurant being defaced and defamed a couple days before with graffiti and them trying to break in, and just 2 days after that, the whole place burns down.
Dang.
No one on the face of the planet would have judged him for saying, you know what, I'm not doing the drive anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not giving away the turkeys. No one could have walked away, hands clean, like, all right, cool. Nope. Still woke up, still held his promise, still gave away turkeys.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang. Good on him.
Definitely.
I mean, that's like...
Definitely. Wow. Definitely good on him. It's sad to see that type of stuff happen. But... and just so many strings of it, right? Like... That's 3 in 10 days. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I don't know everyone's situation, but that's also where you get into. I really hope everyone has like the appropriate insurance and all that stuff takes, unfortunately, a lot of time to sort out.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
And I think that's why. So 2 out of the 3 have GoFundMes that I've been able to find and talk about. Helberg Barbecue, they have a GoFundMe, and Horn Barbecue, they have a GoFundMe. I wasn't able to really find one for Slab's BBQ by Kevin Wilson, but if I do, I'll update it, put it in the show notes. even if you can't give, share it. Maybe someone can. Anything helps.
Yeah.
There's different ranges. You see stuff on there like $5 to 5,000.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I know it sounds silly when people say, like, if you could skip your coffee that morning, anything makes a difference. These are the types of things. If a couple hundred people decide to skip coffee, that makes a difference.
Coffee's $5.
Yeah.
Cool. Just give $5.
Yeah.
That's it. And if you really are trying to go somewhere with it, give $5, send it to your job. Most jobs match your donations. There, you just gave $10.
Yeah.
Just that simple. But, shout out again to Matt Horn for being the Bumpy Johnson of barbecue. Still slinging them. But barbecue is a giving community, man. I don't know many others like it. I genuinely don't.
Yeah.
Even though there's rankings, there's this or that. You put up a smoke flare, everybody's there. Perfect example. Shout out to Mike Bessinger. He lost his father during Holy Smoke, Thursday night, I believe.
Damn.
He still showed up Wednesday night. He still showed up Thursday night as we're all prepping and getting everything rolling to say thank you for what he's giving and to give back the condolences that were sent, and went and handled the family business. And we were all there just to support and still run and do whatever we needed. It's a giving community. It really, really is. Ooh. But shifting gears a little bit, still in the realm of Q, talking about the Sultan of Swine himself, Mr. Rodney Scott, just expanding left and right, literally this time.
East and west, I assume.
Yes, he's going.
How much further east can he go?
I don't know. Well, he's going like southeast now.
Okay.
We're going to Miami. We're busting out the pop collars and the dun-dun shorts. We're going to Miami. The dun-dun shorts, those neons with the baby tallow, baby oil. He's opening up a new location. New designs are being set for Miami, Florida, and Hoover, Alabama.
Nice.
Yeah, he's going for it with another location. Because not even a third. I'm running out of fingers to count them all. Rodney, slow down. We get an abacus. Nashville is also set to open in 2024.
Nice.
And that's partnered up with Eric Church and his mega club called Chiefs. So Eric Church, the country artist, is opening up this giant multi-level entertainment club called Chiefs. I believe Rodney's on the top or middle floor, and that's going to have a Nashville location.
Heck yeah.
So crushing it there.
Hell yeah.
Whole new design scheme apparently too for Miami and Hoover. I love the current design. Every time I'm passing through the one in Atlanta, stopping by, especially when we're in his backyard in Charleston, checking that out. So I'm really interested to see what these look like. I could see having to change it for Miami because Miami's kind of like posh and bright and all that other stuff. So it makes sense. Cool. Some Hawaiian shirts maybe.
I could see his Atlanta location like fitting in down there. It's bright enough. It's not like dingy or anything.
No, not at all. I think he got a great location because he's on 2 streets.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what Miami has in store, and Hoover, Alabama. Who knew? That's, if I'm not mistaken, that's the second Alabama location. So man's expanding left, right, and everything down the middle. So way to go, brother. Always an inspiration. Always crushing it. And in the same vein, Ronnie's Atlanta location was just written in as one of the top 12 barbecue restaurants to check out in Atlanta. And that is helmed by the amazing Angie Harris. Yes, a black female pitmaster. Pitmaster. Yeah, we'll just go with that.
I think, I feel like, actor.
Yeah.
Actor is both female and male. I feel like
It works the same.
Pitmaster is.
It's like Flubber. No one knows. It's just there. She's crushing it, killing it. So shout out to her for getting them ranked on there. Absolutely amazing. I wish we had more barbecue joints in Georgia just so we can have like our own top 50. I don't even think we got 50 total.
I'm sure there's 50 total, but not to bash anybody, are they all good enough to make it? Like, we'd have to have like 100 to have a top 50. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We need more than 50 to have a 50. You're like, oh, we're the top 50 out of 52.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, okay, whatever works.
And the bottom two closed.
Yeah, they're not really. They're ghost kitchens.
It was a Jim and Nick's and a Shane's that closed.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Might get dragged for this one, but I don't believe you can count Jim and Nick's and Shane's in the lineup of restaurants. I'm just saying. I don't think those hats should be tossed in the ring. Just putting that out there. Fight me if you want to. Change my mind if you want to try.
Is there any corporate? Because I think of them as corporate barbecue.
I would think that's corporate barbecue.
Are there any?
That's like saying McDonald's is
a burger spot. Yeah.
It's a go-to burger joint.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, and In-N-Out's not a real burger spot either. Same. I mean, that's another one. I'll take some heat on that.
Everyone talks so great. I remember before.
It's decent.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's just not like some people compare it to Five Guys, and I'm like,
that's lunacy.
No.
Let's calm down. Let's not go getting carried away. Let's relax.
It's a decent fast food burger. It's not a real burger.
I get you with your shoestring fries and your wild style and animal style with the cheese and the goops and hey. But let's not, whoa.
Let's not get confused on what it is.
You're running up on Five Guys like that, you might get 5 fingers to the face. Relax. All right, relax. It's, got me flustered. Shout out to Jeff Fish for introducing me to Five Guys and Cajun fries and the bag hack. I've never eaten my fries any other way but the J Fish way.
Absolutely.
Ever since I'm that's it. But that goes there.
Wait, back to corporate barbecue. Is there any corporate barbecue that you would say is bordering on not corporate barbecue?
No, I can't. No, it's definitely corporate barbecue.
You know what would actually be fun? To go find the first location of, like, say, Shane's or Jim and Nick's or what's the other one that's been popping up? City Barbecue. Have you seen that one popping up a little bit now?
I've seen City come up a lot. They were supposed to drop one over at the mall, and I don't know what happened there.
It's over off 124 by me now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what happened. Yeah, it was supposed to be with the...
Yeah, it's in Lawrenceville.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I would love to, like, go to all of these places, like the first restaurant.
Wait, is City Barbecue good? Did you try it?
It's decent. I mean, it is more... it's more set up like actual barbecue than Shane's or Jim and Nick's.
I had to sort of retract. And I feel like this was going to be a question we're going to ask for you guys as feedback on because you've been so great at it. Respond at thisweekinbarbecue@gmail, or drop us a line anywhere on the socials. But when does it become corporate barbecue?
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm asking is because I'm going to backpedal and as you asked, is there any corporate barbecue that's bordering on not? Well, the one that I think of that is corporate now is Dreamland.
Mm-hmm.
Dreamland wasn't corporate.
Yep.
Became corporate.
Yeah, that there's one over in Duluth.
Yeah,
right?
There's one in Duluth.
Yeah. Okay.
And they still have the big open hearth fire smoker. Like it's not no JRs, no M&Ms, no Old Hickories, no Southern Prides. No, still
at all of their locations.
At least at that one and 2 other ones that I've been to.
Okay.
All have that setup. So
I mean, dang.
I'm not going to speak on the food that day. Maybe they were just having some rough times every time I went. I don't know. Everyone has an off game. Jordan didn't hit every shot. You know what I'm saying?
Just a lot of them.
Yeah, just the majority over there on Goat Mountain. But feel like that sort of teeters. It wasn't. Then it became corporate. That is sort of shifting out. They're trying to get it back to what it used to be. So Jim and Nick's just all, it's just what that's going to be. But yeah, you guys let us know in the comments, in the sections. Throw up a smoke signal. Flag us on the street like some of you have.
Hey, you.
Got hemmed up in the airport about Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. Do you work for corporate? What's going on here? Who'd I piss off? I didn't know y'all had goons just waiting. But yeah, that's it. That's a good one. Next up, it's time to enroll, and this is when you want to enroll for early. You know, collect all your twos and fews. Memphis in May team applications are now open and being accepted.
Oh, nice.
So we'll have the link in the show notes. And Memphis in May 2024 is going to
So
take
are me,
place.
you, and Corey putting in a team, and you'll just do all the cooking?
And you guys do all the eating.
Yeah.
We don't need a team for that. That's like a regular Wednesday. Don't forget we're doing Chick-fil-A wings. But the 2024 dates are May 15th to May 18th. I definitely recommend you get in on like the 13th or 14th. And if you are going to go, book now, because if not, you're going to be in like some cut Airbnb or a hotel that has a front desk operator that tries to get you and Pops killed by the cops. Whichever one. Let us know if you want to hear that story. I think we talked about it, touched on it.
We touched on it. We didn't go into the whole thing.
Yeah, but it was the I told him, I was like, I'll never stay anywhere but the Peabody again, because you guys are trying to get me killed staying other places.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that kid understood the ramifications, because I don't know because it was just after the shootings.
Yeah.
And everyone was highlighting.
Yeah, Memphis was not the best place to be when we were there.
No.
For anyone.
Not at all. Like, when you're going into Starbucks and they've got armed guards at Starbucks entry, like, that's... What's going? I just came from my caramel macchiato.
Yeah,
and
it's also at 7 a.m. What's going on right now?
Why are you this locked and loaded, ready to go?
You're like, I haven't had my coffee yet. Am I seeing this right?
Yeah. So I will definitely not be staying back at that establishment. To send a gift card like, oh, how was your stay? Like, how did you think? I didn't leave in a body bag, so I guess it was good.
Yeah, I'm alive. That's a plus.
Upside. Oh gosh. But yeah, those dates, May 15th, 18th, 2024. But the location is changing. It's going to be at Liberty Park this time. Because, well, too much damage to the other location. So we got to just be mindful of that. Now, let's roll on here. We've got...
physically to the grounds. Yeah, all the park got way messed up. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Because of the rain.
Yeah.
It was a swamp. Oh, tips, and maybe we'll just do this. Like, if you're coming to Memphis in May, here are like your top 3 tips. Tip number 1, don't wear white anything.
Oh, yeah.
White shoes, white laces. I don't want to see you in a white tee. Don't wear white anything. Only thing white should be that Colgate smile. It will get just damaged. The air is literally filled with smoke and soot. Yeah. If it rains, it is a wrap. That's it. Wear comfortable boots. Get them broken in beforehand, because it is a trek from one end to the other. It is a trek. But don't.
And I would assume it's only going to be bigger now that the location is moving as well. Because I know that there was some restrictions to how big it could be where it was at.
Yeah, they had to cap it. They had to cap it this year because the amount of teams that wanted to participate, they're like, we just can't do it. So if you are going to be a team, 1, apply early just in case they cap it again. And then 2, dress and prep accordingly. Just putting it out there. Go ahead and get you one of those $12 AC units that got us all.
I still got mine in the backpack.
Yeah, things are lifesavers. Clip those on and you're just cool throughout the time. Want to give a shout out to brother Eddie Wright of Eddie Wright's Barbecue. He just received his 2nd grant in 3 years, and this one was from DoorDash. Yeah. Well, sorry. DoorDash is giving away grants. Heinz, they just finished doing the whole thing. And shout out to KJ of Black Food Fridays. He was on their board with Heinz, crafting and developing their grants for black-owned businesses. Eddie Wright of Eddie Wright's Barbecue, he received this dash in conjunction with DoorDash and the NAACP. So if you're in the world of smoking meats and Q and you're looking for some funding, apply to these grants. Like, this is an actual real thing. There's so much, I don't want to say free money because you have to put some work into it.
Well, for sure. Yeah, you got to show up and do what you say you're going to do with it.
Yeah, there's available funds.
That's cool.
For it. This isn't a whole P loan scam thing that they're going to come hunt you down for. Because everyone who got away with it, they're like, oh, they'll never catch me. No, they are lining y'all up left and right now. So I'm just putting that out there. Now, this one, I wanted us to talk about this. I wanted to talk about this one. And this is for any and everybody who's looking to get into the restaurant space. These next two is all about that. I call the story that, you know, the girlfriend tried to kill her boyfriend. But I'll let you figure it out. The guy is called One Chef on a Mission on Instagram. He asked, who's to blame, the customer or the owner when the customer does not read the menu correctly? He runs a restaurant and had an incident where a customer had a shellfish reaction. He started freaking out. He's allergic, deathly allergic.
Mm-hmm.
Waiter's like, hey, told you what was in everything. You've got to read what's in anything too.
Yeah.
Turns out, because they wanted to try to sue and make this big ordeal, guys, if you have an establishment, put cameras in your establishment where you can see everything all the time. Stop worrying if Mary and John Sue are taking an extra $1 or $2 from the till. You're going to lose more money on the benches than you will on the register. Yeah. They were able to confirm that he was never fully exposed. Turns out the girlfriend ordered a dish with mussels in it. The guy
So it wasn't even his dish.
It wasn't even his dish. The girlfriend did. He never touched the dish, but apparently the vapors or whatever from the mussels, the fumes, the aroma, the oils got close enough to him, and he was just starting to have a reaction to the dish. And they're like, hey, you, owner, this is your fault. Owner's like, how? How is this my fault? Because you didn't read, and when you read it, you still, like, why would you order mussels if your partner has a shellfish allergy?
Well,
you can't kiss them afterwards.
Yeah, your significant other might be aware.
Yeah.
Like,
this is where hustling goes wrong. Hustling goes wrong. But it brings up the topic of who's to blame in situations where the customer doesn't read the information correctly. Now, we've done work this year more than any where I don't, how many times have I had to call you in just the last 6 weeks? Like, Lee, I want to make sure I'm not crazy. Sorry about that, guy. Lee, can you I'm calling to make sure I'm not crazy. Read this.
Read the email.
Or I'm going to send you this. Just call me when you're done reading it. Because sometimes your mind goes faster than your hands and everything, and you interpret what you meant to say, but it's not what was actually said. Correct. Or conveyed and written. But there's been countless times I had to call him like, am I reading this wrong? Did I not? Like, is this lost in translation? But who's to blame in these situations where you have an item, he states that, and you guys we'll pin the video in the show notes. He states, hey, this is what the menu looks like and says. Mm-hmm. There's visual graphics. I mean, he's got everything on there but a billboard that says, don't eat this if you have a shellfish allergy.
Yep.
But who's to blame in those type of situations? Do you count the dish? And his whole point is, right now more than ever, being in the restaurant business is extremely tight. The margins are so narrow.
Yeah.
Finding help that will stay with you is so hard because you've got to pay everybody more, but you can't raise your prices too high to match what you're paying. So he's like, yeah, it may seem like one meal, but if I'm doing one comped meal every shift being morning, noon and night, over the course of the week of a month, like, I'm losing a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Who's to blame?
I mean, if it's on the menu, I feel like that's on you. Like, who's going to look out for you? No one. Who should be looking out for you? You.
Yeah. I look at it as if you were pulled over from a cop, right? It's not the cop's, responsibility to tell you, don't speed. There's a sign for that. there's a sign. There's literally a sign for that.
True.
That says, hey, this is what it is.
Yep.
Hey, stop. There's a sign for it. You didn't do the thing, even though the sign is there. That's on you. It's not the cop's fault. No one's ever been pulled over because they ran a stop sign and said, well, the cop didn't tell me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's stuff like that. That's trippy, and it makes me think of huge supporter. Love her and her girls. Won't call their name. we didn't do Thanksgiving orders this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, head wasn't in it. We're going to do it for the holidays. But she messaged me. She's like, the place that we did get food forgot half of our food.
Oh, no.
For the holidays, and didn't realize it until the end of the day. And they're like, oh, I think we got your stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely on them. And that's when, like, your whole thing is just cleared.
Oh, yeah.
Because for Thanksgiving and we forgot half of it.
Yeah,
It's not like.
No, you're getting your money back for sure.
Yeah. Like,
or you should be.
You should be. You should be getting your money back. Because at that point, all you're doing is giving the food, which is something you should have done with everything else already. You're not doing anything to rectify the problem, right? It's like, okay, we're zero. You giving me what you were supposed to give me
doesn't really do much.
Doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
That point, I'm like, hey, just so you know, it's already been refunded. We don't hear about it. Good on you.
Yeah.
That's how you go above and beyond.
Yeah.
But now's not the time to make those type of mistakes, people. Set that order.
Yeah. Get
that checklist. Knock them out. Don't get in this game if you can't get into it. And that leads to the next topic from the Gordon Ramsay himself. What does it take to start a restaurant? Like the raw truth of it, because a lot of people are diving in, and he said it. And we'll link it. He said,
I'm sure he's got some little truth bombs.
I'm sure he's got some gems and a half. We need to get Pops on here and have Pops sound like when he used to do bar rescues, what he saw. But he said the one thing about our field, it's one of the few fields that you don't need any experience to do. That to be a doctor, you have to go to school.
Yep.
To be a mechanic, got to go to school.
Yep.
Dentist, all of that, you got to go to school. You got to get training. You got to get certified. But you can just cook one dinner for 12 people and have those 12 people gas you up to say, yeah, man, you should be doing a restaurant. And next thing you know, you're signing a lease for a space and you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
well, and like a lot of other things, it is one thing to cook a meal. Mm-hmm. But there's a whole just legitimate business side of it.
Yes.
That just because you know how to cook a meal does not mean you know how to run a business.
Very true.
And I'm not saying that you can't get into it and learn it. It's just it's like a very shiny idea, very wide-eyed.
It is like, all
I gotta do is just have the space.
No.
If you build it, they will come.
Not even remotely close, because we know people who've built it and ain't no one going.
Mm-mm.
And it's vice versa. What got me was his answer. One of the answers he gave, he said, cool, if you think this is the life you want to do, go do a couple pop-ups. Go do a dozen pop-ups. And I was like, I never would have saw that coming from him. Never would have saw that coming from him. But he's right.
Yeah.
If you think this is what you want to do, go do a couple pop-ups. Because I've had cats that I've talked to, I've tried to help, and they're like, no, you're not helping. You're being demeaning. You're trying to push me down. This and that. I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to do any of that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be honest.
I'm trying to be honest. The realization of the issue here is you might be a bomb cook, and I'm not taking away from you being able to cook at all.
Sure.
But the reality of it is you've never cooked for more than 20 people. Mm-hmm. At most, maybe 30 people in phases. Do you know how to calculate to cook for 800 people?
Yeah, that's a completely different thing.
That is a real situation.
Yep.
Do you know how to do that? Do you know your food costs, your meat costs? Do you know your nets, your 30s, your 60s? Do you know storage? Do you have your surf safe? Do you have any of that? It may look great on TV or on social media or in your head, but if you aren't, and I don't mean, you do it once a year, no. If you aren't on the regular cooking for a vast amount of people in large quantities, don't jump into this game at first. Don't do it.
Cooking for the masses is very different than, again, I made, like you said, I made a great dinner for our friends and family.
Yeah.
I'll share. Yeah, cool.
It's great.
I'm glad you did that.
Mm-hmm. and if you want to, I'm not knocking it. Maybe you're not ready to get into pop-ups, and that is great that you realize it. Maybe you start small by doing little dinners like that. Maybe your range is 8 to 10. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's your sweet spot. That's your dancing groove. You ain't gotta throw it on the wall, throw it in a circle. No, that's there, left to right, a little left to right. That's your home. Live in your home. Live in your home. What is it? Will Smith and Hitch. Don't get crazy with that. Just this is your house.
Yep.
Stay in your house. Don't leave that.
Yep.
But I can somewhat see the allure, because from the outside looking in, you're like, oh, you do $10K for a catering gig and this or that, but there's meat costs, there's labor, there's overhead.
I would say 10K is not what you get to walk home with.
It's not at all.
Yeah.
Like, even I remember when I would consult with Chick-fil-A way back in the day. Yeah, I really should just write a business book. Like, no one wants a recipe book. No one wants to cook. Well, let's just do the business book. Now we can do that part. They would share what the margins on things were, how tight and how precise they are to get those. And you may think, oh, 1 or 2%, that's not a lot. No. That's a lot.
Especially at their scale.
That's significant.
That's millions of dollars.
It is. And that's why, like, even on little things, when I did the rig video, the review video on the 1K gallon, it's like, you guys are, some people are like, oh, well, having, that's how we cook in Texas. We cook on the floor of the fire. But I was like, cool. Open up a restaurant and then do the math on what a 5 to 10% savings on your wood cost will be over the course of your year. Mm-hmm. Then tell me if you want to still do it that way. You're looking for places to save profit. You start at the things that you cannot control. You're always going to need to burn wood, and you're always going to need meat. Start there.
Yep. Work
out with your dealers. But like I said, that's for a book, for a whole other time and a whole other place. But that got me. That got me. If you're not ready for this, if you're not used to flexing that muscle, it is very different. Very, very different. Heck, I think what was in a span of 7 days, we had fed 1,500 to
I forgot that those were back to back, basically.
Yeah. And that was just 2 different events, hundreds and hundreds of pounds of meat for different things. Like, you gotta be able to do these things.
Yep.
Just take it from a guy who rubs 2 sticks together. Now, to close us out, I've got a topic that I swear my sisters wrote. I swear they did. And the more I read it, the more I was like, I feel like they wrote this and made a whole website and fake this, and it's an actual, you think it's beyond their measure and their level of petty. It's not. They would. The little one, she would do this. Apparently, we've been cooking steaks wrong. Apparently, we've been doing steaks wrong. Apparently, according to science, according to science, we should be microwaving our steaks.
I mean, the only thing I can think is that they want to get into some weird, it cooks it from the inside out.
Brother,
But that also still just, let's keep hearing about this. Yeah. I am very intrigued.
According to the messenger.com/news, scientists say that myself, along with every other top chef in the world, is cooking their steak wrong. Now, this isn't an old article. This wasn't a couple years back. This was just a few days ago. And they're talking about the molecular structure and the water and moisture content of the steaks, that the best way to have the most enjoyable steak, is to microwave it.
Did they say anything about getting a nice sear on it in the microwave?
They didn't. They left out the sear, but they're also stating that you should never salt your steak before cooking, that you should only salt it after you've done microwaving it.
Yeah. I feel like we need to try this.
I don't want
to. Put them, side by side. We will pan sear a steak and we will microwave a steak. And I'll even go as far as to say we should, maybe it's a little bit of clickbait, maybe it's not. Yeah. Maybe put a Wagyu steak in the microwave.
Oh, God, no.
No, and then, but then just do some primer choice steak in the pan.
You know who I'm going to call?
Huh?
I'm going to call Guga first.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to call Google, like, Google, have you ever microwaved a steak? Because there's this article. I don't want to do it. And here's why I feel like the sisters concocted this whole thing. Guess who's dropped in the article? Our good old friend, Mighty Mouse herself, Erica Blue Smoke Blair, is quoted as, she's completely against this method of microwaving steaks. For various reasons. She said that it would promote uneven cooking, resulting in parts of the steak being cooked and other parts being overcooked once placed. So she's even talking about like doing it in a reverse method way, bringing it up in the microwave, then finishing it on the grill as one way, but that's not going to work either. The second reason would be a loss of texture and flavor. Like, no one wants gray lunch meat. Because of the rapid heating in the microwave, that could reduce the steak's tenderness. And she's not wrong. She's really not. And
what they're not telling you is that they cooked it on a defrost for 45 minutes.
That's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. Blair also disagreed with the scientists' view on when to salt. Salt plays a vital role in amplifying the inherent flavors of steak, making it more savory and rich, which we all know. And if you're trying to get that sear, you want to release as much moisture as possible. You don't know how to make a steak? Follow these next steps. It's as simple as I can make it. Get you a steak with some really good marbling on it. Marbling is the fat. It should look like a marbled floor. Get yourself a little cooling rack. You don't have that, take the tray out of your toaster oven, put the steak on that. Sprinkle it with salt, put a plate under it, put it in your fridge overnight. It's done. You get home at 5, you're trying to eat at 7. When you get home, take the steak out the fridge, pat it dry, let it come up to room temp. Cool. Get a ripping hot skillet, a little bit of olive oil, salt it, 2 minutes one side, 2 minutes another side, 2 minutes on the edge, 1 minute, 1 minute. Put it back on that cooling rack after you washed it. Let it rest, cut against the grain. That's a steak.
Seems simple enough.
But people make shoe leather every day.
You know, I honestly feel like the step that most people leave out is letting it come up to room temp before you cook it.
Yes. So Lil Spielberg came by the other day to drop off the glass.
Yeah.
And I was doing a live, and he's like, I didn't know any of this. He's like, that's the problem with your generation. They don't know how to cook. He's like, why are you? He's asking me stuff as people on the live are asking me stuff. I'm like, gotta let it come up to them. Gotta let it rest. He's like, it's done. We can eat. It's like, no. You gotta let it do its thing.
You gotta stare at it for a second.
Yeah, and especially if you do one with a bone in. Another advanced step, once you let it rest, get a thin sheet of foil and tent it. Don't wrap it. Just put it over the top. Lightly drape it.
Yep.
Let that heat bounce around a little bit, especially with that bone. So when you cut into it and you eat it, it's not cold. It's warm. It's juicy. But, man, I'm not microwaving steak. I don't want to do it. You might as well ask me to make it well done. What am I going to do with a microwave steak afterwards? There's too many things. Like, how long are we microwaving this for? I feel like it will explode. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
See?
I have no comment. It just doesn't even make sense.
This is just so weird. Like, and the microwave part throws me. And I think what they're trying to break down is the process of doing it in restaurants on a salamander as a reverse sear. So most restaurants that get you your steak, that aren't your top shelf restaurants, use a salamander. A salamander is basically this really beefy toaster oven that shoots heat from the top and the bottom at the same temperature, at the same rate. You put your meat in, it's getting hit top to bottom, it's coming up. Then you take that and you grill it.
Yeah.
Sear, it rests under hot lights. Key trick that I taught Lil Spielberg, because he was asking me, like, why are you microwaving your plates? I taught him, I'll teach you guys. Whenever you're serving, if you're serving different things, get your plates, make sure they're microwavable safe. Put them in the microwave for 2.5 minutes. This gets the plates nice and warm, borderline hot. What that does is it means when you put your hot food, your steak, your chicken, your turkey, what have you, onto the plate, the cold plate isn't zapping all the warmth from the food you just did. Put it on a warm plate, allows it to stay warm longer. That works for anything you're about to do hot. You're about to pour some soup, heat up the bowls. You're about to make some hot cocoa, heat up the cups. But make sure it's microwavable safe. Don't put anything with metal in there. Don't do it. I don't
I want
want
to see those tinfoil fires.
I don't. And just random tangent. I couldn't wait until Friday to see all the fires from Thanksgiving. I was like, I know somebody's got a bomb compilation.
Oh yeah,
going.
yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. There's this crazy guy who, for some reason, was frying a bird and decided to try to like long toss some gasoline from the container into his fire pit, but it crossed into the flame of the broiler, and you just see, like, you sir, your dad should have pulled out.
That sounds like a Darwin Award. You know what I mean?
Like, I hope you don't have children.
Yeah.
I hope it stops with you. I really do. We can't afford this. Oh gosh, no. But we're not microwaving steaks. I much less Wagyu. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'd never hear the end of it. Never. It's not worth it. That is one of those riddles, like the licks of the Tootsie Pop with the old school Al commercials. We'll just never know. We'll never know. Just we'll let science, and we'll let the cooks cook.
Fair.
And with that being said, don't forget, come to Pitmaster Santa. That's it. No, but really check it out. I'm gonna have all the news, all the updates. Tell a friend to tell two friends. But it's been This Week in Barbecue, the barbecue focused podcast that brings you both the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of barbecue. I've been your host, Rasheed Phillips. Joining me is Mr.
Lee Garman.
It's been a good time, man.
Yeah.
It's been a good time. Guys, tell a friend to tell two friends. Follow, like, subscribe, share, and be good to one another. Cheers.
Cheers.
I like Fresco.
It's pretty good.
It is.
It hits.